Good morning. Today I'm going to be making a Mexican sweetbread. It's called Flor de queso. It is a shortbread recipe, so it will contain shortening more than usual. My twist on this recipe is that I'm going to be incorporating pumpkin because of its fall. So we'll be making flor de queso de calabazas. Come with me and I'll show you how. So I'm going to do a rundown of the ingredients really quick. For the filling, we're going to need pumpkin. We're going to need 1 bar of cream cheese. We're going to need sugar. For the dry ingredients, we're going to need all-purpose flour. We're going to need sugar, pumpkin pie spice, rice flour, back there, rice flour. I found that at the local Mexican store. Baking powder, yeast. For the wet ingredients, we're going to need 1 egg, some pure vanilla extract, some milk, and some Crisco or butter if you'd like. So to my bowl, I'm going to add 2 cups of flour. There's one in there. I'm adding the second. And 1/4 cup of rice flour. I struggled to find this one. I went to a couple Spanish stores before I found this ingredient. I found it at our local rancho market. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of dry rapid rise instant yeast. And 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. We're going to add that to our dry ingredients. And now we're just going to whisk them all together. Mix all our dry ingredients together. Two teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Add it to your dry ingredients and whisk it all together. Set it aside. And let's bring over another bowl and begin our wet ingredients. Okay, to our bowl, we're going to add 1/2 cup of sugar. And 1 egg. Oh, I got a piece of shell. Let me take that out. And 2 tablespoons of milk. If we need more later on, we'll add more, but we're going to start out with 2 tablespoons. So I had to change my camera. I hope you could see this. This is the bowl I'm working in. It has the wet ingredients. To my bowl, I'm going to add 1 1/4 cup of Crisco. I did want to share with you guys, I had to pay $100 to get this recipe. The baker would not give me his recipes unless I paid him $100 per recipe that I got from him. So I think I bought a total of 5 to 10 recipes of pan dulce, but it's really good and from a really good local panaderia. And 1 lid, a little extra, that's fine. I'm going to put 1 1/2 because I love vanilla. 1 1/2 lids of vanilla. Okay, with your hand mixer, you're going to want to mix your wet ingredients together. Okay, so the wet ingredients are going to look like this. They're really not that wet, but that's the recipe, okay, guys? Now we add our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. With clean hands, you're going to want to incorporate it. So this is going to be like a really soft dough. And just keep mixing until it forms a dough. Okay, I wanted you to see how the dough is. See? This is how the dough is supposed to stay. Now we're going to make the filling. We need a 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 bar of cream cheese, and we're going to add a 1/2 cup of the pumpkin pie spice, or pumpkin pie puree that's already mixed. And 1 cup of vanilla. A little for love. A little extra for love. Mix with your hand mixer.
Pumpkin!
So you're going to want to get a cookie sheet. And over here, we're going to want a baseball size ball of the dough. You're going to flatten it out, not too thin. And you want it square shape. So you want the dough to be a little bit bigger than the palm of your hand. And it doesn't need to be perfectly squared. We're going to add the filling, and later on we can add a little more filling. You don't want to overfill the filling. And on the corners, you pinch them together. You manipulate the dough, the masa. Into the shape of the flor de queso. And it'll have cracks. You're just going to want to rub them out. Now's the time to fix any imperfections on your flor de queso. Because once it's in the oven, you can't fix nothing on them. You want to place them a little, give them some space because they will spread because of the yeast we added. So this is the last one. I just want to go over it with you guys one last time. One good smash. You want to leave it about that thick and just on the edges a little bit. Square it out. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's just one good smash. You do not smash it too much. These are not supposed to be thin. Then you add your cream cheese and pumpkin filling, and then you pinch the sides. After a while that you do it, you get the hang of it. Now I did cut this recipe in half because I only had 1 bar of cream cheese, but it looks like I had enough for a whole recipe. So you could double the ingredients on the dough and have more than enough of the filling. And there you have your flor de queso. Okay, we want to preheat our oven. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, these are done now. I baked them for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. 10 minutes in, I rotated them. Let them cool completely before you try them. You're welcome, and enjoy this recipe. God bless you. Flor de queso de calabaza.
That's good.